Welcome to Alanesta, a large world filled with a few continents with more islands and ocean than have been charted. It's a harsh world, but a fair one. The lands are blessed with lush harvests and great cultures. Most people go about living their daily lives as you and I would in such a land, running our businesses, having families, complaining about the weather, just people trying to make their way in this world. However, such an open area makes for easy quarry for brigands to prey upon. Where people can take advantage of others, they shall. Banditry and piracy are commonplace, but not without some enforcement. The International Navy, or the Alanesta Security Organization, makes great effort to keep the world safe, but they can't be everywhere at once. Working together with the individual provinces and nations, excuse the dogs, working together with the individual provinces and nations, they tend to house some of the most dangerous criminals, but at the same time, most of the world's criminals. Because with such an overarching branch of power taking care of everyone caught, it's really easy to treat all crimes as heinous ones. Now, this is why many of you are here at Wilburar, the island prison ran by the Alanesta Security Organization. If you were to try and find Wilburar on a map, you wouldn't have any luck. Its location is kept secret, housing some extremely dangerous people, as well as those that would reward handsomely if broken free. It is an intense prison of renown, and for your own reasons, it's where you all start and reside. Some of you have been here for mere days wondering what got you here. You've done nothing wrong. You're innocent. Claims that you make an abundance but fall upon deaf ears of dispassionate guards. They've heard it all before. Others of you have been here more days than you can count, losing grip of what they actually did to land in this vicinity. Regardless of who you are, as a prisoner here, you have nothing except the linen clothes that you are given, chains on your wrists, and enough food to survive the manual labor that you're tasked with each day. And each cell is with a barred window showing an endless expanse of sea. This is where we would start each day. But last night, one of you did something desperate. Instead of looking out from your window into the sea with the sun shining in a beautiful but somber picture, we start our campaign in absolute darkness. Blood dripping from someone's hand, scratched across the floor. Body racked with pain, but resolve in their eyes still burning. Doc, would you like to describe your character for us?
Sitting on the edge of his bed, his body shaking slightly. Tears are coming forth, but he does have that resolve. You see the deep crimson red tiefling, slicked black hair. His horns go back with it, seem to be hidden and intertwined. They glisten off whatever slight light source there is in the dark at night. Even sitting here, he looks as though he stands tall but is thin, built of a skinny frame. Muscles, shapely, but thin. His hands are bleeding. It looks like he has makeshift bandages wrapped around his fingers. They're blood-soaked. His blood still trickles forth. His light purple eyes seem to catch some light and show through the darkness in this impossible dark. He sits there seemingly talking to himself, in obvious pain and distraught. Though not having the composure or the composed demeanor he had when he was brought in, and he has maintained up to this very moment.
In this darkness, you're left with your thoughts. But only for a while. Boy.
Who's there?
Silly lad, you called me.
It worked.
Well, I have to say, after being around your family for ages and knowing your line, and to actually have one of you respond when I say something it's delightful. You hear this voice. You see no semblance of a form behind it. You are, for whatever reason, in complete darkness, but the blood dripping from your hand almost burns with an intensity.
Grandma said it would work. I need vengeance.
Really? You called me. After centuries, you're calling me for something so small, something so petty. On who?
Whoever killed my family.
Well, I suppose that we can take care of that, but at the same time, we're gonna work on your standards. This is, so, sweet child. Such small potatoes. But yes, we can accomplish that. I'll tell you what. Do me a favor and be patient. And I know that's the last thing you want to hear right now. Ooh, those bad people, they did such bad things. But, listen to me. Follow my lead. And this won't be a give-take relationship. This will be give upon give upon give. And every once in a while, I'm just going to ask you to give back. And not only will you have your vengeance, but oh boy, you will have so much more.
It's not regular vengeance I'm asking for.
Oh, it's the special kind?
I want whoever it is to be broken before me, groveling for the rest of their miserable lives as I dominate.
I will say this. I don't know if you have the right goal in mind, but I do know that you won't be boring. Wait for my instructions. In the meantime, you should probably get that covered up. And then, you wake up screaming. Magic. You wake up to a scream from the cell across yours. He was muttering to himself last night, but the gods know what the hell he was saying. Something about it felt cold. Not in temperature, but in conviction. It was calculated, what they were doing. It wasn't the ramblings of a madman. It was someone going mad. Do you say anything?
At first I'm gonna observe. I'm gonna,
sure.
Yeah, if, I'd like to just see what's going on, just kind of lay low, just being aware of what's happening.
Absolutely. Why don't you go ahead and describe your character in the meantime?
Okay, do you want the fun description?
I want your description.
I'm a goth kitty with them big kitty titties. I'm a black cat, meow. Yep. And I'm a tabaxi grave cleric. So I am here on this ship because I have. Oh, I guess you guys can find out. Mm-hmm. But right now I'm kind of just like mysterious lurky kitty in the corner, just like watching what's going on, trying to be cautious.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Very cool.
Meow.
Doc, you catch yourself after a couple of seconds of the screaming. It almost doesn't feel like your own voice as you wake up. What do you do?
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look down where I created the blood ritual.
You see nothing.
Am I perceptive to any of that? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Say one more time.
Am I like perceptive to any of that like blood ritual stuff, or am I just seeing a guy?
You saw him scratching at the ground.
Oh, okay, and that's about as far as it goes for me.
And that's about it.
That's okay.
I'd like to assume that he was somewhat careful.
Okay, great.
As far as like, but I'm not going to speak for him.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Are all my fingers still bleeding from where I ripped them open?
They are not bleeding anymore, but the wound, I want you to think about how long it would take for the amount of damage that you did to your hand to make this work. You're like several days into healing something that happened literally a couple of hours ago. Your fingers are scabbing over. They hurt, but they're closed.
Is the burn gone?
The burning is currently gone.
I will just I outwardly, like into nothing, just say, "It's worked. We have a deal."
Excuse me.
Yes.
I heard you say a deal. Who are you speaking with?
I'm sorry. What is your name?
They call me Branch.
Branch. I am Heron. Just Heron. And I struck a deal. So
I
guess
understand.
We'll get...
Are you in any danger?
Not anymore.
I understand. Powerful gods?
You could say such a thing.
I have strong faith as well. I understand.
Wednesday, the conversation, the screaming you heard, but you hear screaming from time to time. So you were comfortable with hearing it and then trying to go back to sleep. But as the conversation persists, you can't go back to sleep.
I'm gonna be nosy.
Feel free. I am a DM. I encourage nosiness. Wednesday, why don't you describe your character for us?
I'm a tiger tabaxi, and I come from a long line of very curious kitties, and also might know a little bit about sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I mean, sticky fingers.
I got you. Do you say anything in response, or do you just keep listening?
What's this deal I hear?
I would love to respond, but I didn't hear that.
Whoops. Yeah, I too did not hear that. My bad.
Okay, go for it again.
What's this? A deal I hear?
It is a deal. A deal to get those that would follow me out of here.
Well, I'm looking for a way out.
When the time comes, you will know. Follow me. I will make it happen.
Hey, quiet in there!
Oh?
Get back and sleep!
No.
What
You
kind
hear-
of...
You hear trudging coming up towards your cell.
I will move as close as I can to my door bar.
Uh-huh.
You didn't describe it, so whatever.
Yeah, your lack of egress. You move to it to face the person coming through. A very grumpy, but you know that person that clearly has like assistant manager, but thinks that they rule the world because they're the assistant manager energy. And I'm not saying anything mean to anybody as an assistant manager, but if you think that means that you're better than everybody else in existence, well, then fuck you.
Like a hair and haircut.
Yeah, but like
Back and like
Yeah.
highlights.
yeah, like fantasy Karen is walking up as guard, and you want to try that again, son?
I'm sorry. Did I stutter?
Let's see. You know what? I'm not going to roll for an attack because you are currently. They're gonna take a swing at you.
They're gonna hit.
They're gonna hit, and as they do, you're gonna heal from it, so don't worry about rolling any damage. As they crack you, towards the side of the temple, all you hear is, "Not yet." But again, very interesting.
I stand up, straighten my stuff, sit at the bed, stare, and say, "You'll be first."
Oh, Oh, lads, we're gonna have fun with you tomorrow. You're gonna be enjoyed. The guard leaves. A couple hours pass. And your cells are actually open. You're able to leave, going into your normal daily routine of, unfortunately, nothing that's actually enjoyable in any way, shape, or form. Typically, your days exist of waking up, eating some sort of kind of hardtack with some protein 3 times a day, just forced to do work for your willing forced to do work providing to your captors. It's been everything from washing clothes to breaking down ore inside the actual prison itself. Most days you're exhausted, but some you're thankful to do the work just because you have something to focus your mind on. Today, you see several people goading on a large-scaled being, hammering down on a boulder with ferocity. Dragon, would you like to describe your character for us?
I forgot to tell him he was going to have to introduce his character.
Oh, it's okay. That's fine. With that, you see a large-scaled black dragonborn. Even through the linens, you can see that they are a mighty being. And whether it's anger that's driving him through this work, or just the fact that they want to do something rather than sit around and wait, it's impressive enough to the guards that everybody watching, that even the guards that should be mad at everybody else who stopped working to watch, they're watching instead. It's a machine-like intensity. Now, among those watching are a half-elf looking absolutely bored with their incarceration, and a small humanoid trying to talk up some of the crowd. Phoenix, why don't you go ahead and describe Farron for us first?
The second you said absolutely bored with her incarceration, it's like...
I know my audience.
It's like, you know, I knew it. I was like, oh, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited about that, I forgot what I was supposed to be describing.
You're literally describing you.
Okay. My character's name is Farron. She is... hold on, let me check how tall she is.
I want to say about tall-ish.
She's like tall-ish. She's like, we're gonna say human size, probably a little taller than me in real life.
Cool.
She is she has like an olive skin tone. Is clearly someone who's spent a lot of time in the sun and is not a stranger to labor. She is a half aquatic elf. And she does indeed look very bored. Like she could do the work, but there's a lot of other things she'd rather be doing.
Totally makes sense. I get that. Along those same lines, Vance, why don't you tell me about Mr. Lodran?
All right. Chances are good you think you see what probably looks like a halfling or a gnome or something. But probably he's kind of gone. He's not... He's the sort of guy that you look at and you see him, and then you look away, and when you look back, he's gone. He's probably off looking through someone's pockets while they're not looking, especially because there's a big guy putting on a show, and there are more important things to be doing than looking around.
My character definitely encourages him in this behavior. Like if I notice like a guard has like a fat pocket and like isn't paying attention, I'll definitely elbow his character and be like, hey, that one, go get that one. Like
yeah, that sounds pretty good.
I really enjoy watching his shenanigans.
Yeah. So the guard probably know him as the guy who they go to his cell every night and find a selection of keys just outside of his cell.
What were you saying there, Dragon?
Oh, I said I'm definitely keeping an eye on this character.
Sure. In between hammer strokes onto the oar, you bring it up, and this not quite right halfling gnome. I don't know. It's hard to tell. You haven't interacted with them a whole lot. maybe it's because sometimes people avoid you. You know, you got a bit of an intensity to you, but they catch your eye, and in between you moving as fast as you possibly can, they're moving almost in between your hammer strokes. You slam down the hammer, and it looks like he's 5 feet further away than where you started, and just keeps popping into different locations with this odd smile that, again, doesn't seem quite right.
Upon closer inspection, you could tell that he's certainly a goblin. Like, this guy is the sort of guy who should be dead somewhere on the end of an adventurous, like, sword or something, but clearly is cut above the rest. And he's not here to break out, he's here to have fun. Because they never find his cell unlocked, per se. But the number of keys they find certainly tells them that there could be a lot more trouble if he felt like it.
Sure.
He's just sort of biding his time.
With that, you continue. You talking up the crowd, you hammering away, and you continuing to be bored and trying to find some semblance of distraction. In a further corner, we see a grumpy-looking creature being checked on by a halfling. Toa, would you like to describe your character for us?
Gnashing teeth and snarling snarl, there's a tiefling of blues, of seas, of oceans, of skies, smelling of salt and ozone, with what appears to be gold neck chain and braces around the wrists and ankles, something looking far too precious to be on a prisoner, yet immovable with runic patterns. A snarl, a flash of claws. Onyx is not happy to be.
Joyce, please describe your character for us.
She is I already lost my train of thought. A 3-foot halfling cleric. I chose lawfully neutral.
Sure.
I haven't come up with a complete bio yet, but I know she's an entertainer.
Sure, you're okay. So, based on what you told me about Joyce, it seems that they are very much the check on people and see that things are okay. And you see this, as far as most people would be concerned, very, very intense character. But for you, it's somebody for you to help. This blue tiefling with these large collar and these different bracers on them, runes attached. Do you say anything to them?
Not at first, I think. Also, I start observing at first.
Sure.
Go from there.
Onyx, you see this halfling trying to get a gauge of you.
If there's a look what you're looking for, I can give you plenty to stare at, but it won't cost you for free. What do you give?
Does Joyce respond? Does Joyce respond? Joyce, do you respond, or do you decide to take yourself elsewhere?
Take myself elsewhere.
That is a totally reasonable expectation to have. So,
Onyx chuckles as the halfling leaves. That's what I thought.
So, your day continues. It's obnoxious. It's rough. It's boring. It's draining. It's the same. As you're all getting as the bells ring for everybody to return back to their cells, you see the same unique but familiar feet moving ahead of you. A couple of odd creatures you've never seen before. One something that you know exists. It's just fairly rare. A large bird, flightless and, well, strange. The other we'll get to in a second. Burger Boy, why don't you tell us about Ront?
Ront! Ront is a very much raven-like Kenku, all black, beautiful green eyes, you know, that iridescent-y type feathers.
Sure.
Very to himself, as most Kenkus are, because, you know, communication isn't their strong suit. The one thing he has learned to say independently is his name. That is the one thing that provides him apart from the rest of Kenku. And that is Ront. And yeah.
Fair enough.
Clarifying question.
Yeah.
So essentially, like, if he's heard a phrase before, like a month ago, he can't repeat that phrase. He can only say what has immediately been said and then repeat it back.
So, what I'm going to play this as, and we're going to say this for future reference for everybody here, anybody watching, any lore masters, anything along those lines. I'm going to say that he can learn language. When he learns language, it is in that tone, and it's almost like having storage space on a computer. If he adds too much, something's going to go away. You hear that, internet? Get off my ass. Anyway, because if that's gonna make you upset, then this is gonna make you real upset, and I don't give a shit because I'm so excited about this. Aiden, please describe Odie.
Yeah.
4'5" and just enjoying himself immensely. He looks like a corgi with an exceptionally long neck. Until he turns around and you realize the neck is more of a torso, and he's got hands with working thumbs. Just very cheerful and happy to be here, even though he's not necessarily free to come and go as he pleases. He's just thrilled to be alive.
For everybody's benefit, I am going to go ahead and drag the temporary fixture that we're going to use to describe Odie right there.
Corgi Centaur?
Corgi Centaur, a Canitar, if you will.
Corgi Senpai.
Yeah, Corgi Senpai. Anyway, so this is a Kenku. Is a rare thing to see, whether it's here or anywhere. This creature, this Odie, is not only unique, but exceptionally unheard of. Odie, as you're walking, just enjoying yourself, I hope you have Roll20 open, because I need you to make a dex save.
Uh-oh.
Okie dokie, I don't remember what my dex is off the top of my head, so let me
You're okay. I can bring it up.
And you should be able to just click on dex save, and it will roll for you.
Learning, everybody. We're gonna get there.
I love these character sheets.
That's why it's a session 0.
Okay. Yeah. That is a +5.
Sure it is.
That was me also getting the internet off our ass.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
The internet is a
It's like a reminder.
24, you said.
24.
Nice. So you deftly are able to hop over the leg of the same people that have been trying to play with you this entire time. It's weird. The same grumpy-faced folks that have been trying to interact with you seem like they want to play another game. The rest of you see malicious goons with ill intent picking on this weird but adorable dog. I'm projecting that onto the rest of you. You can decide whether the dog is adorable or not. But as DM, I'm going to let you know that they are in fact adorable.
Honest watches because it's free entertainment.
My character has definitely gotten into multiple fights whenever anyone is mean to Odie. Like she will not tolerate it.
Sure.
Will throw hands for Odie.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. It sounds like you're approaching that area. They're a little bit farther away on the opposite side here as you're walking in. But Odie, for the time being, you jumped over. Go ahead.
Oh, hi. Are you guys here to play again? Hi.
Oh, yeah, play again. Play again, you freak.
Yeah.
It's just, come on now. Like, why don't you have to do any of the work like the rest of us? What are you even here for?
I don't know.
My character drops whatever she's holding and is making her way over.
Sure.
Like,
Karen is as well.
yeah.
They told me.
Gablino already knows these punks don't have anything in their pockets.
Onyx is just loafing around the area because anything involving the corgi is just free entertainment.
Rot hides.
Rot hides. Got it. Love this. We're getting into the D&D, folks.
Can I hide with you?
You can go wherever you want. So I'm getting sick and tired of the fact that we're out here busting our asses every day, working on bullshit for these damn people, and you just get to come out into the yard after everybody's done and just frolic around.
I punch them. Am I close enough to punch them? Where in the nose?
Go ahead. You know what? You weren't exactly hiding yourself, but go ahead and roll just a standard strength check.
Cool.
Once her character rolls the punches, goes for the first punch. Onyx turns around to a few people and be like, all right, see, I told you she'd do the first punch. Come on, persuasion check. Come on, give me the stuff. I told you it was gonna happen like this.
I don't think it's a strength save.
I did roll a strength save, and that was the wrong one. It's attack, right?
It ends up being the same thing for your character either way, which is fine. Give up the stuff. You know what? I love that, and you did, in fact, crit on it. So let me get these in order. So, Farron, you go to swing, but you're not someone who throws swings. You don't throw blows. You throw insults, and you throw spells. And unfortunately, neither of those is kind of in your wheelhouse right now. So you throw, and they're able to back up just kind of in the nick of time. You almost caught them off guard. Toa, you do. Onyx does get a couple. Man, I guess you get a deck of playing cards. You get a. I don't know, fantasy cigarettes. I don't know, man. But you acquire a small treasure hoard of random trinkets. Yeah, smoke sticks. There you go.
Remaking my hoard once more. Yeah.
And Heron, you're on your way there. You will be there in just a second, I promise. So you're here too. Great, fantastic. This is great. So we've got the freak, we've got the parrot, and we've got the angry lady who can't mind her own fucking business again. Awesome. What do you want to do?
Your asses are busted. Should you go see the healer?
What's this fucking dog talking about?
Well, you said you busted your ass. Yeah?
No.
I don't know what that is, but you should see a healer.
No. God. God damn it. Fucking.
Onyx makes a pun about busting asses.
I mean, everybody can.
My character's whipping out the magic now.
It's what?
Ooh, shiny.
Whipping out the magic now.
Yeah, great. Good luck casting that in prison.
What?
Wait,
Cuffs?
hold on. Okay, M would mean... Am I cuffed?
Yeah, you're all cuffed.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Otherwise, it would be a very hard... Otherwise, this prison would be very, very hard to keep in line.
Yeah.
I'll specify this for
I would have already killed someone.
Yeah, there would have been problems. While in this prison, and for story reasons, you feel diminished. It is really, really, really hard to get any grasp of the arcane, the divine, even your strength, as those who aren't spellcasters, feels fairly sapped, because there have to be. It's a magical type of world. So if people were in prison, it's like, oh, okay, cool, I cast the thing. It's like, well, great, prison
Magic is wisdom, right?
Well, no, your magic is not wisdom.
TM, I have a question. So can you describe this? Is it a shackle with chain between it? Is it just handcuffs with nothing between it?
It is for some of you. It is shackle with chains.
What does the poor noble get?
The noble currently has a shackle with chains. Don't worry though, I know where you're going, and you're not even going to have to go there. Because as you approach, seeing all of these people get into some kind of tussle, which is starting to get a little bit of attention from the guards. They're coming slowly, but there's not really anything to break up yet. And other prisoners are just kind of chilling, not really worried about it.
Can I cast Calm Emotion? Is that possible?
Currently, no.
Okay, no problem.
We are for the time being, I want you to pretend that you're in an anti-magic field. Because
I understand. Okay.
For the time being, you're actually in an anti-magic field.
Okay. Makes sense. All right. I get it.
Yeah.
Math. Quick math.
Science. But don't worry, we're going to break all of that, like, right now. Because, Heron, as you approach, getting ready to just take some control of your situation, getting the chain taut, getting ready to try and sneak towards these people, the chain feels very, very flimsy. And you hear, well, go on then.
I break it. I break it right now.
Oh, not?
Oh, not me.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I thought you said Farron.
I've got Heron and Farron. It's going to be a thing.
And you know we're going to be on the camera.
Yeah.
You think they were related.
So
it feels really thin, and I hear that voice.
You hear that voice say, go on then, and the chain feels thin.
As I reach there, I go, you must learn to pick on people your own size, and I want to attempt to feed power through my hand and Eldritch Blast, the one closest to me.
Mm-hmm.
If that is what I'm getting out of this.
So as this flimsy chain, you pull it, and it doesn't break, it just stretches thinner and thinner and thinner as it gets longer. And these scabs that were appearing on your fingers, it's an intense pain as they all burst. And blood from your hand flows onto this chain, solidifies, and you release it in front of you. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Okay. You want us to use roll 20?
I want you to do whatever you want to do.
Because I have all the dice in front of me.
I mean, you can use those click clacks if you want some click clacks.
Yeah, I love my click clacks.
Okay.
It's only a 17 on the die.
Click clack.
Okay. It's only a 17 on the die? Hey, roll another d20 for me real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
13?
13's above a 10. So not only do you strike this guard, but it was the one that you said was going to be first. As this blood goes from this long, almost icicle-like skewer to just sheer energy, elongates, pierces through their shoulder, and all you see is these wide eyes as they fall to the ground.
And because of what I took, I want the head to come back to me.
You know what? I'm fine with that. Flavor is a good thing. As you do so, the blood actually starts returning back to you, and it brings with it a prize. You have a souvenir.
Da-na-na-na.
Da-na-na-na.
And that's the guard, right?
Yeah.
And I take the head and I'm holding it as a souvenir, and now I'm walking towards the idiots that were messing with the corgi.
No, you're not, because they are running in a different direction as you start to approach.
Yeah, goodbye.
So, I'm gonna try and get this played and loud. Sorry, hold on.
And loud.
Learning how to use the new bot.
D.
This, go. Oop.
In preparation, I turned it up on my end.
Hey, it's all good. We are going to not do an initiative order, but we're going to do kind of a skills challenge thing, because there are very few things that are going to get all of the guards' attention all at the same time. Somebody breaking their chains and throwing their blood at somebody else and killing a guard,
And it returning.
Yeah, and taking their head. Because you know what? If we're going to go intense, we're going to go intense. So, everybody, what are your immediate thoughts? What are your immediate actions? We're going to start with you, Farron. What are you trying to do right now?
Farron is probably like in a bit of disbelief. Like when she heard him last night, was like, this guy's a little cuckoo. And then that happened, and she's frozen, and like processing, and like watching jaw dropped to like see what this guy does.
Hide, but ready to fight, but hide.
Sure. Anybody doing anything to
hide?
Are we running away from him? Are we going towards them?
Well,
in just a second, buddy.
Stay in shadows.
I would like to grab the other tabaxi that's near me. So we're both still like cuffed or whatever. So I would like to attempt to find a way to uncuff with the tabaxi, like trying to work together to do that.
Okay.
Need to know, is there a guard anywhere near me with keys? I've been trying to ask this question.
No, I apologize. There are guards that are rushing past you to go and try and quell this immediate threat.
Deck 'em.
It's the guy walking away from the dead guard.
Okay. You're talking about decking him. You're asking, is there a guy walking away from the dead guard as far as
the guy what killed the guard?
Yeah.
Walking away from the guard.
That's a question for you, Heron. What are you doing?
Sorry, am I walking away from the guard?
Yes, are you walking away from the guard?
So as I do this, the other guys run around. I take a quick look around. I see the other guards coming to me, and anybody close to me actually starts hearing me laugh as I'm looking around at the blood's in my finger, and I start slowly walking to the guards.
Nice.
I know
Onyx. While he's walking away from the guards, I'm gonna go check that body.
Okay, you're walking towards the dead guard body. Go ahead, Onyx.
Onyx, when seeing the magic cast, lets out a long whistle, and seeing his reaction to killing the person, goes, "Whoa, was that your first time there, buddy?"
That's a question.
He's mumbling to himself very gutturally. It would be what you would think a demon would sound like, as his eyes start to flare a purple flame instead of purple and the pupils that he normally has.
As Heron laughs, there's a slight second laughter. Higher pitched, but quieter. Go ahead.
If I did a Arcana check on that, would I be able to tell it's like sort of a patron warlock type thing?
You, with your backstory, you don't need a roll. You got a pretty good idea. Let's see.
So Onyx just chuckles to himself and goes, it's a little warlock, eh?
Nice. Branch, you said you were decking somebody? A guard passerby?
Oh no, I'm actually trying to. So I was trying to tell the other tabaxi to deck him as he's running by, like, because they're running past. So I like, my thought was, deck one,
I get that. Like, Wednesday, just real clarification. I'm sorry. Amunet, I cannot hear you.
You're muted or push to talk. Yep. I think I heard you.
Maybe not. There we go. Did it work well?
Yep.
Good.
We good? Now
Yes.
I can hear you. Amunet. What does Amunet do?
Try and find keys. And I actually wanted to ask, seeing how we're tabaxi, do we have like special things on our claws?
You basically have like.
We have claws. They're melee weapon.
They're not filed down by any means or anything, but the chains that you have are, instead of being pretty spread apart, they are much closer. So right now, the whole reason that you kind of haven't like tried to do anything, it's because there hasn't been a really good opportunity. This is the DM telling you, hey, opportunity.
Really quick, can you tell us about the layout of like the prison yard? Like
I will be happy to.
Excellent. Yeah, tell us about what we're looking at.
So you're looking at a pretty open area. I might be bringing it up in Roll20. We're going to see here real quick. The one that I had in Roll20, I didn't actually have the symbols in my head. I want you to think almost like Colosseum kind of esque, to where it is a big circular opening as far as this actual work yard. And then there are 3 separate openings. One of them is taking everybody back down into the actual cells themselves. Another door takes to more specialized cells for people that do not come out for any reason whatsoever, work or otherwise. And then another section that leads more into the actual quarters for the guards, storerooms, things along those lines. That door has several different entrances to go to different spots because they have to be able to get anywhere fairly quickly, because that's just how a prison works. But from this particular area, that is the only entrance to get into that spot.
Do we know enough about the prison to know which way the exit would be?
The exit would be you having to go down. The way that you are is this is a high tier, many floored prison.
We can't do that, Doc.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Mike made you do it. Technically, I did, but we talked about it first. He's trying to blame me, but also encourage me.
I have a consent form.
Yeah, exactly. This is. Let me go ahead and turn this in. I owe you 1 murder. So you have an idea that you need to start heading down. As far as the where and the how, not so sure. The upper floors, and especially leading into the storeroom and the guards' quarters, because of the work that you've done here to try and give these, like carrying linens that you've washed to the guards' quarters, reorganizing storerooms, stuff like that. A couple of you have tried to pickpocket some things from there, but they've also made sure that the people that could do so, not the most deft of hand, because a couple of you assholes looking at this back of the goblin. I know what I'm looking at. Okay, so that's kind of your rundown. Sorry, there was a couple of going the other direction. Tell me, what are you trying to do here?
Club a guard with keys.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'll tell you what. If you're on Roll20, great. Just make me a standard strength or dex check, whichever you'd prefer. I guess I should actually put you guys in the prison and such.
Might help a little.
Yeah.
Floating in the sky.
Huzzah!
Oh, whoa.
Oh, whoa. Oh, no. Whistles when the magic is casted. I love it so much.
I mean, I didn't want to interrupt people, so I was just it out.
I'm a big fan.
I'm sorry, are we waiting on...
We're waiting on a roll, which is totally fine, because
gotcha.
I'm going to end up hand-waving it anyway, let's be completely honest, unless they roll a 1. So...
I didn't like it.
Hey, so on the character sheet, if you bring yourself up, and you can click on where it says strength for the actual ability score, and I'll just roll it right there for you. So in the future, we'll play with that. But I'll tell you what, I rolled for you. You didn't get a 1, so you're able to smash this distracted guard across the head, who just kind of thunks to the ground. And you know what? Hand wave. You're absolutely able to find a set of keys on them. But it's a lot of keys, so you're gonna have to take a minute to figure it out as you and Branch form your cat bond.
I got 2
Naturally.
questions.
What's 2 questions?
I got 2 questions.
Yeah.
Is there keys on a dead body?
Not on the dead body.
Not on a dead body?
No.
This guard didn't have jack nothing?
That guard had a weapon.
I will take that. That was my next question.
That guard has a club because a guard that is going to interact with people on the actual floor space, not going to have keys and stuff on them because criminals. But now that one of those guards has been moited, other guards with keys have to come in. What you got for me, Doc?
Is Heron walking like towards the guards by himself? Because what I'm hearing is a bunch of people decided to say, let's see what the skinny kid can do.
So here's what actually happened. There are guards coming from 2 different locations, which are opposite from going into the actual cells where you guys came from. You killed a guard that was over by the cells. We're talking about probably about 7 guards that are coming quickly. Among them, 3 on one side, 4 on another. One of the 3 you see just getting knocked the fuck out by Angry Cat. And you see a goblin behind you that is currently finagling to try and pick up some of the semblance of what used to be this guard.
What about the weird elf lady? I'm sorry, water elf lady. Is she following me?
Both are applicable. You're walking towards the guards.
Mm-hmm.
And the guards are walking away from the door, but
They're walking away from their doors, yes.
From their doors. But we know that the exit has to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Given where we came in, I'm assuming that we could probably, given that they had to bring us in the front door and then take us down to our cells, I'm assuming that if we go back down to our cells, we can also exit from that area.
From the cells, no. There is a semblance of a stop wall. Basically, they don't want to have an exit from the cells. They would want you to have to go from the cells all the way through the rest of the prison to be able to get out, as opposed to just like, oh, I got onto my cell, I made a right, and I was outside.
And have we established that Goblino has the keys?
No.
Goblino doesn't have any keys. Eminette does, and you have not established that yet. You have established that Goblino does have a club, which is fine.
Okay. Is there...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say, is there... I guess I'm following.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess, like, I'm following, but I'm also, like... I'm, like, staying close by, but also, like, far enough away that if this whole thing goes south, I gotta follow
I didn't do it.
ability.
I was trying to help.
If anything...
Interested distance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dragon.
It seems like I'd want this guy on my side, maybe, but...
An opportunity is an opportunity.
So not really far away from me, but you're keeping your distance from me?
Yeah.
Do I notice this? Do you want to roll?
You're feeling pace.
Okay. I just want to turn around and point towards her, and she'll hear me say something in Abyssal. I don't know if she speaks it.
Abyssal?
Yeah.
No.
And
I don't even have to look at my character.
I want the chain to come out and destroy
Thank
her
you.
shackle. I feel like she...
I thought you were just gonna say destroy her. I was like,
Die, Claire!
I think Heron believes that she has got more to offer because she was in defense of the same person he was going to.
Yep. So
I want to
she didn't do well, but
So here's what's gonna happen. Just roll force damage for me.
Okay.
Hope your aim's better than mine.
Oh no.
So the damage on that would have been 19.
We're gonna have to talk about that in the future. Was that a natural 20 or something? Because I don't know how you do 19
I
damage.
thought you said roll damage, and I did.
Yeah, damage. It's a D10.
Yeah. It's 10 plus
your charisma. It's fine.
So much 15. Oh my god.
No, I was more being curious. It's like, I need to figure this out before the math actually matters in the future, because I need to know how many hit points I'm going to be giving bosses and shit. Damn. But yeah, you back. So not only is it destroyed, and you can, it's destroyed and hit enough on the hinge of one of the shackles that one just falls off. But the other part of that is, as it does so, this blood almost tugs back and pulls you forward, because you don't know exactly how you're doing what you're doing yet. And also, I think it would be funny just to make them go, yeah. So you fall forward a little bit, but your hands, you literally just rip off the other one. fun and fancy free. Farron, you're good to go.
My shackles are gone.
Oh yeah, he just shot him. Dragon, what are you up to?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of zoned out because I was reading something.
We're making a break for it. What are you up to? Are you following the demon guy who just killed the guard, or?
Yeah, sure, I'll follow.
Sounds good.
Now that Dragon's following, Farron's like, definitely want that guy on my team. Yeah. Okay,
Yep. Big guy, scary demon guy. Let's go. Alita, Joyce, what are you up to? Are you hiding, or are you kind of following?
I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm hiding. I'm curious enough to see what everybody else is doing.
Fantastic. Goblino, you've got a club. Are you hiding, or are you?
I'm gonna go find the Kenku.
Attaboy. Love it.
I'm gonna try and smash his restraints.
Onyx.
Wait, I have a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Who's destroyed, or am I still shackled?
You're still shackled currently, but you've also seen someone capable of destroying said shackles. So, and you're approaching them. So we'll get there if we can get there. Onyx, are you still kind of
who's the one that can destroy the?
It is Heron Doc, the who you are currently approaching, along with Farron Phoenix.
Okay.
Onyx, are you still doing the anime, like sitting on a couple of crates, throwing an apple in the air, just kind of watching all of this shit? Or are you like?
No. Like I tried to type in the Roll20 after he murdered the dude. I whistle in approval, going, "Oh, you little warlock!" I've decided to casually waltz after him, but trying to also keep kind of in the shadows from all the other guards.
Absolutely.
So hence why I'm asking, should I make a stealth roll?
No, absolutely not. There's so much chaos going on right now. The only reason that anything is going to be disruptive to make people pay attention to you is if you do something to make them pay attention to you. You're all very naturally stealthy for the time being because, again, someone literally shot their blood at somebody else and freed another prisoner now. Catfolk,
Okay, cool.
what's up?
We made shackles yet?
Say again?
Have we made it out of our shackles yet?
One
Did
of
you deck
has.
'em?
Figure out which one.
One of us has. It's me.
Dude, got it.
Okay, and then I free you.
Okay, so you're freeing each other. Sounds awesome. Are you like doing this in a corner and watching, or are you like, oh, we're gonna make a break for it? Let's follow these people.
I'm following him. Like, I think that it's in agreement that we're all following him. At least her and I.
Okay.
I'm curious. I want to know what's going on. So
Right. He told us to follow him. So we're gonna.
So Goblino was going over to Ront. Ront, what are you doing? Are you still hiding, or are you like?
I think he's walking.
Run.
Kind of pelican.
Kind of like trying to peck, but just chilling and making sure nobody comes towards me. I'm scared little bird boy.
Okay.
Hide in the shadows. But you know.
I mean, it doesn't sound too hard to find you, given you're going wrong.
Yeah, that's like scared noise.
Yeah, it's very fine to find, very easy to find. You're currently a car alarm, like you're hoping that everything just stays away from you. Totally makes sense. And now I can't believe I get to ask this, but I'm very excited to. What does the good boy do? Because so many things is happening.
Well, someone just exploded a head off someone else.
Yes.
And a bunch of people are taking their shackles off, but
Correct.
these ain't really bothering me right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna follow the lady what punched the guys I was playing with.
Yeah.
Because she's around every time I'm playing with those guys, so she must know what she's doing, or what I'm supposed to be doing.
100%.
So I'm gonna follow her.
By the way, despite all of your best efforts, Farron, you literally, Odie is one of these individuals that you literally get to pass by. Like, it's just this, like, oh, it's 3:15 in the schoolyard, we're gonna fight each other kind of thing. And then by 3:16, that's over. So you haven't gotten to interact with them a whole lot. You just know they are good Doge. So
I just mentally adopted them.
This is
saw them one day and I was like,
yeah.
I'd kill for you.
Yes.
You're the best.
I love you. You're mine now. I'm gonna keep you.
Get along like cats and dogs.
So this is actually the first time that you'll have an opportunity to interact with them for more than literally like a hi. So prepare yourself for that.
If I have any type of food in my pocket, I give it to Odie.
Yeah, you do. You do. I was thinking about it. It's like, oh, you wouldn't, and then I was like, no, but good. Give treat. I can't say no treats for the dog. That's like literally one. That's literally on the Twitch stream. I encourage it. I can't be that person. I can't wait for the magic item of no. You can't have a bag of holding, but you can absolutely have a bag of endless treats. But we'll figure that out. As you're approaching Herod, these guards trying to approach you. Seeing you do this again, the pace that was extremely quick, some of them might have had a semblance of what you did before. Now they all know. And as you see them slow, still approaching, a voice rises to the back of your mind saying, see how they fear you? And petty vengeance is all you want? Well, let's get out of here first, shall we? Go on, then.
So I
Did any of
reach
the rest of us hear that voice?
Nope.
Cool.
I reach my hand out in front of me. I'm not breaking pace, but I look at my hand and I watch the blood start to form. And it starts to take a shape in my hand.
And as it does so, not only... You've all seen the blood release. So you're expecting it to spike out, and so are the guards as they actually prepare themselves and they take a defensive position. And then it doesn't go away. It just forms and elongates until it branches out and crystallizes. And then Heron grasps it, and the crystals shatter. And what do they see, Heron?
I'm holding a battle axe formed from my own blood.
Do you not pass out?
Magic.
This is some anime nonsense.
And then I say a couple more things in Abyssal while I move my finger in the air. And as I do, the blood from my finger just seems to stay in the air, forming a sigil. And then as it pops, a purple glow comes around me, and I'm gonna cast Armor of Agony.
Hell yeah, you are. As you do so, the blood that's been I'm gonna add to what you did. The crystals that you actually shattered onto the ground of your own blood, going to the ground, and then as you start muttering, they mist off of the ground and start collecting on you. Before they crystallize once again, this time into a much colder color. No longer the crimson red that you would expect, but almost a dark crystal.
And I, in common, yell, if you want to be free, follow me now.
Well, that's actually a good time for, I'll tell you what. Do me a favor. Because we want to help Dragon out at the same time here. They're having a little bit of a drop latency issue. As a free action, you want to take a swing with that axe at somebody's shackles?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, don't roll for attack. It's a magic. It's a magic
point in the anime where someone goes, "You will pass out in 5 minutes."
Yeah, you have all
continue to bleed like this, and then totally forget that entire time limit.
Yeah.
For flavor, I'm gonna come back at. I'm pretty sure Dragon was the one following me.
Yes. So, Dragon's already approaching you.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna look as it hits, and then I want to follow through coming up and take it right into the bottom jaw of the first guard in front of me.
Oh yeah. All right, cool. By the way, if you ever want to get something done with me, if you add the words "for flavor" at the beginning, it increases your chance like 75%.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Pretty
Just
much.
adding flavor to roll 20 right over here.
For flavor, I'm gonna add oregano.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make this canon. The blood that axe causes, I want it to absorb into me. Whatever I take from that guard, I want to take it.
Yeah, you're refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah, you're literally you're using, but you're also getting transfusions. I thought that was I just thought that was agreed upon, but now I'm glad that it is canon. Great. Hey, Ront, how you doing?
I'm trying to smash Ron's.
Oh my god. There's so much.
I'm trying to smash Ron's.
Do we
Ron's
pass
jackal.
Ron? Do the Tabaxis pass Ron?
You're actually towards the opposite side. The Tabaxis are closer to the, we're gonna call it, starting point of where you're trying to get out of here. Currently, only one of you has a legitimate weapon. Like, Farron, your hands are free, but you still feel weak. You still don't feel that connection that you're looking for your arcane abilities.
You said we're inside like a field that stops the magic?
Something about this place is just fatiguing. Any kind of connection that you would normally have is just very limited.
Is it possible to do like an insight check or an arcana check to see if I know what's causing this?
Sure, do that, and then when you get that roll, let me know.
Which one should I roll? Insight or
Arcana? Whichever you choose. Between Arcana and Insight.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Ron. I was just wondering if we pass him, because I think that we would stop, or at least.
You're looking more opposite sides than not.
Okay, got it. Cool, thank you.
Yeah. And I see a 22, which is a fairly high number. So when you're thinking about this, especially with the amount of time that you've been here, the cuffs that you've been in, and the stone of this wall, and everything that you're around is very, very similar. And it wasn't just when you got here that you felt weak. It was, you felt weak when you got here, and then they put the shackles on you, and you felt weaker and weaker and weaker and more disconnected. You're physically fine, but it just cut off your semblance of the gifts that you're used to. And again, any internet? Yeah, I'm absolutely doing sea stone prison cuffs from One Piece. Like, come on, it's pirate campaign. We're gonna do this. Fight me, I dare you.
No, I see your level. I got you. I get you.
Dragon, you are free. You are a massive angry being, and there are a bunch of guards trying to come towards the person that freed you. What would you like to do?
Stab them all in the jugular and watch them die.
Well, first part of that, gonna need a weapon to stab him with something. Or you can just beat the hell out of him, because again, you're a real big boy.
Do the big paunch.
Bite their necks.
I am all for that. Fantastic. You know what? I'm gonna say you, as a barbarian, finally getting ready to have somebody show up. What's that?
Can I eat their hearts as well?
It's gonna take you a little bit of time to get there, because that's a lot of digging. But in the meantime, one of them approaching, I have no problem with you doing the full-fledged, getting to a barbarian rage, getting pissed, and as one is literally coming to attack Heron at his flank, he's not paying attention. He doesn't care. He's above all this. You, like a flash, come to the other side, bite hard, and your arm wraps around, throwing him to the ground, flesh still in your mouth. Go ahead.
Can I, like, as I sense that happening, can I have some of that blood too, please?
Not yet. Not yet, level 3 boy. Not yet. We'll talk about that in the future.
Stealing blood.
Not yet, level 3 boy.
Keep your blood to yourself.
You hear? No, he literally isn't keeping his blood to himself. That's the point. But I'll tell you this: it as you see it, and you get this like greedy eye for our camera's perspective, as you're like, ooh. You hear a voice in your head say, "One day, but for now, just get out. It's okay. I'll take care of you." Go ahead.
At this, Onyx speaks up and say, "Hey, Axe Boy, you think you could get my shackles as well?"
Where did they come? That's what I was asking. Anybody who's going to come near me?
Yeah. Oh no, you are currently being approached by everybody except for Goblino and Ront, and you are walking towards the two Tabaxi as far as this party.
Anybody that's coming towards me that's shackled, I'm breaking their shackles because I am now the queen of dragons, and they're going to follow me.
Big facts.
I'm so upset.
You say that, but what did you do the second that he started shooting somebody? You said, "I'm gonna go with this person," and then he broke your shackles, and then you said, "Ooh, now he's got a big dragon friend."
Think of it first.
Jealousy is beautiful. Oh,
I'm sorry because I'm the Leoest Leo, and I.
Anyway, Ront, go ahead.
Can Ront sneakily
Yeah,
make his
that's-
way whilst in the shadows?
that is a
towards
Leo
Mr.
power
Blood
move.
Axe Man and ask for help?
I think that you're fine doing that at the same time while Goblino is just like over there, just like
Coming at me.
Trying to help you. Sit still for 5 minutes. Goodness gracious.
As, you're,
Not
as,
help?
as you walk away, Goblino, how would you like to assist him?
Smashing the chains, like trying to jam the club into the lock.
I'll tell you what. You try and smash the chains with this club, which again is a club. So you have a real hard time of it. But as you're smashing the chains and you get really, really frustrated, you look and you see the semblance of some shattered chains from Farron's shackles before.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, a very, very long, very, very sharp, we'll call it an improvised thing. And you can do with it as you see fit.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak that thing right in the lock and start messing around inside of it.
Okay, go ahead and roll thieves tools for me.
Thieves? I roll thieves tools? What?
Hell yeah, you roll thieves tools. You a thief?
Yeah, I thought that was all. I thought that was a sleight of hand check.
It's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. You can do either right now. I don't care because you don't really have thieves tools. You have fake thieves tool.
They end up being the same amount anyway.
Yeah, there you go. You know what? 10 with these things after you bash them for a while, and because again, hand wave. This is more of a semblance of making sure, hey, people are doing Roll20 right. Fantastic. Yeah, you're able to click one. You're able to click them open.
Also, for the
Bingo.
flavor, I want to have Onyx say towards the Black Dragonborn after he has ripped into a guard's neck and with blood, and say to him, "You almost make a proper dragon now."
I'm so excited for that later. This is a good time, everybody.
I want to try and do the same thing with my own.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You're doing that as I'm assuming / DM hint that you are heading towards the area.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Ron, you are currently free.
Ron!
Where are we heading towards?
Come on, boy, let's go.
The one that you're heading towards storeroom doors because there are lower cells that do not have an exit, upper cells that you assume do not have an exit, and door that they have to get out somewhere. And at the very least,
is where gear would be.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Farron starts walking a little faster when I realize where we're going.
Yeah. Love it. Oh, whoa. What do we got?
Where are we going? We're going for a
Someone
walk?
tell me something. What are we doing?
So as I get to the doors, the blood chain will just shatter the doors.
Hell yeah, it does. So you raise your axe as you are approaching a couple of guards, they defend themselves again, ready for something shitty to happen to them because it's been a bad day. One of them was on their last day before retirement. Oh no. But no, don't worry. That one's a fascist. It's bad. But you bring your axe up, you point your other hand, and shoot this beam past them that doesn't destroy the doors, but it absolutely collapses them in the middle to the point where they are open. They are easily pushed from this point forward as you can move forward.
And at this point, any show of magic from the little warlock, Onyx is just giving like noises of approval, especially when that show of magic hurts any of the guards.
Yeah. Just snapping fingers. Let's go, little boy. Let's go, warlock boy. Alita, what are you up to?
For the scene in my head, really quick, are the guards now, like, yeah, they came to try to stop me. Have they learned and now parting the Red Sea for me as I'm walking?
It's not so much parting the Red Sea as they were approaching. And now they're more doing the kind of like, okay, phalanx, like, let's group together and back up and be prepared, and hopefully backup can come so we can overwhelm whatever the F this thing is.
If wanted, Onyx can do an intimidation to help the parting of the Red Sea.
I will tell you this. I don't know what you could do that would be more intimidating than the last 30 seconds of things, but I encourage it fully.
Scream rant.
But I mean, with that intimidation roll, and
so
basically a guttural roar of like, you want this little warlock to rip out your hearts more? You better part the sea away.
So I like it. I am gonna say, as part of it, you feel your wrists and your neck. It doesn't hurt, but you feel a familiar kind of vibration start. There's no effect, but you know it's close. Alita,
just a small grunt of
it's a small of frustration. Alita, what are you up to?
Getting behind everybody else to see which way we're going.
Sounds fantastic. Odie.
They're all grouping up.
Yep.
That looks like playtime. I want to run into the middle of them.
Sounds fantastic.
Baron grabs Odie by the elbow.
I will say this. Odie is 4'3".
So the elbow's
taller than me?
Odie is a medium creature. Just happens to be the cutest
centaur.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know anything about Odie personally. Oh
You're okay. You're okay.
I don't know anything about Odie personally yet.
Mm-hmm. You haven't interacted a whole lot.
Okay, not the elbow, maybe the collar.
There you
when
go.
He's wearing a shirt. I might grab Odie by the collar and be like, that's not playtime. Those are mean boys.
Oh, you're in the middle. That is currently what's happening. You're not that far away. You're about 20 feet from the scary. Farron.
I'm sorry. So I thought we were over by the door of the guard stuff.
You're going towards it. You're going towards it. That's where the guards are. Heron is in front of it. Yeah, they're coming from that direction.
Oh! I thought they were behind us. Okay, I misunderstood.
No. You're a get through that point. The guards that would have been taking people to their cells, as soon as there's a lockdown, which is currently what you're in the middle of. I don't have bells, but dong da dong dong dong. The cells are locked down with the guards there. So the people coming through are the guards coming from guards' quarters and other areas to lock down the threat that's in the courtyard.
I go get him.
And you try and say this is a problem, and Odie, go get some.
Oh, Odie needs to be a free good boy.
Yeah.
Free dad good boy.
I don't think I've even got my shackles off. It's just Odie barreling full tilt in the middle of him like a bowling ball.
Absolutely. Odie, as part of your character class and everything that you're doing, I think that Odie is so excited and probably tries to jump on one of the guards to play.
Yep.
And absolutely knocks a guard, like, down it falls improperly, absolutely unconscious, and then you're like, hey, wake up, let's play. And it's like, oh, they take a nap. Cat being
Not licking, but like the bouncing that dogs do to wake you up, just
Got it.
on back paws and slamming front paws down.
Yep, absolutely. What we got, cat folk? You're both free. You are by the doors that people seem to be approaching.
Oh, I'm still trying to follow the warlock.
You're actually closer to the warlock's destination than not, because the guards were coming to stop the warlock and passed through you to do so.
Oh, I see. I had my brain flipped the other way. Yeah. Okay. You go ahead, Wednesday. I'm gonna think for a second.
Suggest that we should try to find some weapons and armor. We should probably try to sneak in, get to the armory. We have keys, remember? All the keys.
Keys exist.
We have all the keys.
Okay. That sounds like a good plan.
Oh,
Go. Did you have something, Doc?
Did somebody just say sneak?
Yeah.
Because
they're
the guards
they're not
trying to come out the door.
Yeah,
Me and her
you're
have to
doing
go
fine.
in that door.
We are
taking
tabaxi.
advantage
We
of chaos.
sneak.
Yeah.
No, I'm just surprised it took this long for my distraction to get somebody to sneak.
Oh
Somewhere.
no, there's other people sneaking. It's just that all the people that are sneaking are behind you.
Well, yeah, I've been slowly
we're-
moving in the shadows. the
We're
entire
by
time.
the door that you're going to, so
Yeah,
us cat
you're doing-
folk are gonna go in and get the weapons and armor.
Damn, we're doing great.
Yeah, I'm basically looking for that same room.
Okay, I'll tell you what. You taking advantage of the same kind of. Wow, this is. You're fast. You're going to catch up to the cat folk the next time that we're talking about this. Also, really apologize that you're cat folk, but I'm just going to keep doing that because it makes me happy.
It's okay.
I follow the nice little New York goblin boy.
Okay, great. So we got
Goblin boy, let's go.
on my screen.
No.
We got Rot, Goblino, Cat. Moving Amunet and Branch moving towards the actual storeroom behind kind of this smattering of guards who they're distracted enough, especially, and that, you know what, that intimidation check that you made, Onyx, that's what keeps them from actually paying attention. There is no roll. They are freaking the fuck out from everything that's here. So everything here does not exist currently. Farron, you feel a little bit better. You feel a little bit better. Not a lot, but a little bit better. For the semblance that you do not have any spell slots, but you do have cantrips.
Perfect. Okay, okay, hold on. There's one that I want to cast. I think I have to cast. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast Blade Ward.
Yeah.
Which you extend your hand, trace a sigil of warning in the air. Until your next turn, you have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage dealt by weapon attacks. Also, I'm assuming we have been essentially like walking over the bodies of the people that Heron has murdered. Have there been any weapons on the ground that I could pick up?
Pick up a club, you can have a club. You want to pick up a short sword? You can have a short sword.
Oh, wait, let me look at my character sheet to tell you which one I want.
I tell you what, you pick up both and you give one to the dragon.
I think
Short sword's a little bit better.
They're about the same.
Short sword.
Cool.
And give him the club.
Dragon, you essentially have a bat now, if you so choose to use it. But at the same time, the biting somebody was a pretty dope maneuver I haven't seen in a while. So I'm a fan. Okay, so I've got this squad moving towards the guards. Does anybody have anything they would like to do before I wave my hands of you're able to get through the guards?
I mean, I've just been pouncing on them.
Yeah, no, you are just playing and having the best time you've had since you got here, which you're pretty sure is forever, because again, I'm going to overdog the character from time to time, and I'll need you to reel me in. But I assume that every time that somebody leaves, they're gone forever until they come back. So you've been here for forever times. If not, then you're all able to move your way through the guards. You're getting to the room, which the Tabaxi Emunet, Branch, Ront, and Goblino. You go into this room and it is empty as far as any kind of semblance of people. But you know what you do find? The locker rooms that you've been keeping tidy and all of the semblance of all the supplies that you're working on. So, first thing, I am going to ask, I'm going to do this on my own. Who has the highest person? Okay, so you get here. The four of you currently have all of the items you're able to supply yourself. Your character sheet now is your character sheet. You have your stuff.
Yes.
Branch.
Yes.
You have the highest perception of those in here.
That is, yes.
So, you look out a window. And this is the first time that you've been able to actually look out a window. All of the windows in your cells are angled really far up. So all you can see is just sky. You see the ocean a little bit, but it's mostly just sky. Here's the difference, though. From this angle, you're able to actually see out. So you can see a semblance of land out in front of you. You can see coastline. And it's the first time you've been able to do that in a while. And you would revel in this fact, except for the fact that the largest cloud you have ever seen in your life passes with such a speed that it almost seems to shift the air around it. And then you look closer at it after you freak out for a second, and this isn't a cloud. This is some solid mass that breaks the curve of the window and then disappears again. That's all you see. Rest of you able to catch up, and you see people already pilfering the storeroom. You're all here. What you want to do?
I want to find my locker. I don't care about anything else. I'm not trying to get anything.
Okay. It'll take you a little bit longer, but you'll be able to find it.
I want my signet ring.
Absolutely. Not a problem. Anybody else want anything they want to do in here? You're literally in the middle of a prison break. You just saw explosions come from somebody. You saw somebody else bite a person. A dog literally played somebody to death without realizing it. I did on my side actually roll death saving throws for them, and they did poorly, so I feel really bad. But Odie doesn't know that, so it's fine. So, is there anything anybody wants to do in here, or is it literally just a let's get our shit and start heading out?
Open every door.
Every door. Is there?
All the prisoners?
I mean,
there are
I
other
already,
prisoners.
Oh no!
I already have an action.
Room.
Yeah, what's up?
I already have an action in mind for once we get out.
Some of you do, yes. But that's there's keys in here. If you're all deciding not to be stingy with keys, you can absolutely free action. Everybody's getting their keys off. Dragon, what did you have? I'm sorry.
No, I just said that I already have an action in mind for when we get out.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I want to go around unlocking shackles.
Yep. Perfect.
Onyx would just be getting his stuff, what little stuff he had.
All of you are able. Go ahead. Look around.
Sorry, looking around, are there like rations, or essentially like if I'm going to have to be on the land for
a bunch of rations in a seafaring campaign where I absolutely refuse to make that a part of a session because I don't want to have to do resource management, so there's no way I'm going to ask you to, because that's extra work on me before it's work on you.
Gotcha. Okay, so if we've got all of our stuff then, and we're not having to worry about like eating and stuff, then definitely.
Lazy. Ding.
Also, while
Yep.
I'm remembering it, Onyx tries to grab as many SIGs or whatever, like, consumables, just like of that nature, if he can find it.
Love it.
May I ask
at some point on your sheet,
about the
add extra. Can you ask about the what?
I'd like to ask about the window.
The window. Yeah, Fern.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So it is a barred window. You're looking at about a 2 by 2 foot square. It is one of the few windows that you've seen that is not angled up. It's actually angled straight out.
So, can I see the ground from down there?
You would have to get a little bit of assistance, either standing, like you can stand on a table to get a better look, because they are still high.
That was the plan.
I'm gonna notice that he's looking, like he's trying to look out the window, and there is shore over there, and then I'm gonna kneel so that he can use my leg to look up.
Ron, help! Ron, help! Ron, help!
So you can see shoreline, which is just shoreline. You're not seeing anything. It's island. You do not see the same image that Magic saw earlier, though.
I'm asking about straight down. How far is it?
You're looking probably at, from what you can tell, you know that you would probably have to go at least another story, probably closer to 2, though.
All right. So I got this crowbar here, and Dragon Man looks like he could bust out the window, and I got a rope, and we all do the classic get out the window maneuver, yeah?
Or we can still do what the Warlock is doing and blast and smash.
Yeah, but there's a lot more of them than there are of us. And I mean, we could go to the more dangerous folks, let them out. It's also an option, more distraction, yeah.
The dangerous folks are in an entirely different...
You would have to go back and then continue to get to the dangerous folks, but you could go that way. I will also let you know that as part of this, you 10 are doing all this. Absolutely, yay, fantastic stuff. There are dozens of people that are also taking advantage of the chaos. Most of them still in shackles. A couple of them have figured out how to get out, similar to the way Goblino did, similar to the way that Amunet and Branch did. They are taking advantage of the chaos and scattering. So as you're having this conversation and looking through things, there are people coming in there, grabbing like 2 or 3 things and running. What's up, Doc?
So Heron, hearing the window smash thing, you just turn and go, do you see any ships?
Perception?
You currently don't. I'm just going to give it to you.
Oh, all right.
That way you currently don't, but you know that you are basing on what you're looking at here, you're pretty center to the actual, the island itself. So you don't see any ships that direction, but...
There's gotta be one somewhere, but it ain't here.
And then Heron, when he says that he doesn't see any ships, Heron just says, well, then that's not the way.
This is the way.
And then I see a door that's open because they opened all the doors. That looks like it's leading down. I'm just gonna start walking down the stairs.
What you got, Farron?
Wherever the little warlock goes, Onyx follows.
What you got, Farron?
To confirm, the room that we're in, so we're in the storage room. We see a window that looks out, right?
Yep.
The door that goes down that he's...
You have 2 different doors. Okay. One of them, goes further into guards' quarters, which goes slightly up. Another one that opens, and there is a hallway that turns the corner and then starts leading down that you are not sure what that is.
So when we're looking at the window and we see the land, where is it in relation to the window? Are we like partially underground?
No, you are above ground. You are what I would consider somewhere between 2 and 3 stories above ground.
The door to the guards, like the more guards' quarter, is open?
Yeah, they're both open.
Can I peek and see what, like, is there like a hallway that goes up, or can I like
There's a hallway. There's a hall. So I'll tell you this: as far as peeking it, you've been there before. You've had to deliver things in that area as part of your work. There is a hallway that goes at T intersections. One of them is just its own room, and then the other T section branches up and leads to more guards' quarters and more administrative offices and stuff like that. As far as the prison. And I am sorry, I've got the Discord open full, so I am missing the Roll20 rolls. So I'm going to move that over here.
Oh, we're mostly role playing.
Totally fine. I love it. I want to. If somebody does chat there earlier, because I missed it from Onyx earlier, I do want to be able to and find it.
How thick
It's
are
like
the
what I
windows?
call actual flavor text because it's
There you
just
go.
text.
It's just text. It's flavor with text. Alita, were you trying to say something earlier? I'm sorry.
How thick the windows were.
The window, it is an open window. Like, it's just a hole in a wall with bars. The bars are, you're looking at about 3 inches apart on the bars. 4 inches apart on the bars. Because I do want to give you that as an option to try and get out.
For the sake of time, Farron's gonna follow Heron.
Sure.
Like begrudgingly leaves behind what is probably treasure in the room upstairs. But like, this guy seems like he's on some kind of demon quest, and it's going well for him so far. So would hate to throw this opportunity away. So like, begrudgingly follows. Heron
absolutely does not care about what you're doing. Doc, very excited about it. Are you all following, going down, or are you investigating this window further? Goblino?
I don't like this guy, but I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. All good?
Everybody's going that way. Time to go.
Yep. Man, there's nothing that makes me happier than just like knowing that Odie is going with the largest consolidation of people. It's very satisfying for me as a human being. And Ron.
Run, blood boy. Run.
Okay. Great.
Follow the man with the blood axe.
Yeah, the literal blood axe.
Interesting.
I have a page and a half of stuff for this, and it's also at the point where we are about 30 minutes left in the stream, I think, as far as like actual time commitment. So here's what's going to happen. All of you are going to have an opportunity. Give me 30 seconds of something really cool that you do as you're going through these guards, as you're trying to basically cleave, dive, acrobatic, whatever it is that you're doing to get out of here. It succeeds. Just tell me what you're doing. Cool?
I like to think at one point Onyx manages to grab a guard by his neck and try to do a shocking grasp him to death.
I have absolutely yeah, you absolutely do, but it's a cantrip, so right now I'm cool with it.
Fair.
The shackles are off, so cantrips can fly.
Gloves are off.
So not only do you grab him, but you know this is gonna hurt. And as you do so, it does hurt, but not nearly as bad as you thought it would. You're not sure why yet.
Onyx grins in glee because not only does he get the satisfaction of murder, it doesn't hurt as much as he thought it was going to.
And it's at that point that it starts to hurt a little bit more. Odie, what are you doing?
At some point, Odie just like manifests astral arms for more power.
Oh, yeah, no, hold on. You can't just skip past that. That's not like explain what the Doge just did, because right now you're a weird thing, and now you're at a, what the hell is that thing? So, come on.
Somebody's got too many limbs.
As the guards are like trying to corral Odie in, like there's many on multiple sides, he's just like, okay, I need a bit more. Claps his front paws together, and 2 extra separate paws shoot out of his side and slam guys into the wall.
It's at this point that Odie, literally clapping 2 paws shoot out, hit 2 guards. Odie jumps and kicks a 3rd. Hands still clapped. Comes back on the ground, pants a little bit, and then continues forward.
Namaste.
Branch, what are you doing?
Hello.
I'm amazed. Amazed. Wow. Okay, so I kind of want to just I want to go. I want to get out of here. Like so, but I also am really intrigued by the warlock, and I just kind of want to keep following him because I feel like I would be very safe.
So you're keeping eyes on the warlock as he's going through. Amonette, what are you up to?
I have a 2-computer setup right now.
You're good. You're absolutely fine.
Anyway, well, seeing as I'm following the interesting man with his blood axe there, and we're going through these guards, I haven't had time to really do anything with my sheathed weapons, so I'm just going to use my natural born weapons and
hey, what is
plot
up?
anything that comes
Hi,
anywhere near
how
me.
are you?
I'm going for vital points.
Yep.
I'm live on Twitch right now.
here's the thing: you're hitting them. You're interested. So is everybody else, because there's a lot of flash, and you know how to take advantage of flash. So as things are paying attention, as eyes are slightly shifted, you're able to careen through and find those points that people aren't protecting because they've gotten themselves just a little relaxed, waiting and bracing themselves for what's about to come. Dragon, what are you up to?
I'm just chilling.
Okay, you're chilling. You're following.
I don't really.
You're pushing people out of the way as you need to. It's a good thing.
I'm waiting for an opportunity to do what I plan on doing.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
Goblino, what are you up to?
So we come to a corner, and there's like 3 guards down the hall, and Goblino's just gonna run like he's gonna look like panicking or whatever, going, "There's a crazy guy with a giant axe!"
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna dive between 2 of them. And as they're like going down the hall to investigate whatever the hell is going on, 2 of them collapse with daggers in their backs.
Absolutely.
And then soon the third one is just like, "Ah!" It's because he's got stabbed with a short sword.
Love it. Alita, what are you up to? Getting out of here.
So, if I could go under a couple of the bodyguards, I can go in with the sword and cut off.
Yep. Full-fledged. Full-fledged going underneath the outs. Just like slicing at legs, trying to careen through halfling style. Absolutely love it. Ront.
That's a good question.
You want me to come back to you?
Yeah, I'm with Goblino, right?
Yeah. You're all together. This is kind of like me giving you your.
Yeah, I came back to the group after that.
Think of this as kind of like the intro cinematic to the anime that's happening. You're just telling me what your character does in this little bloop. So you're good.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
No, if you're ready, go for it. I'm here. I'm here for you, brother. Oh, okay. Farron. Hi.
I was dealing with IT requests. I'm sorry.
That's totally fine.
Farron. I've been thinking about this. Farron's gonna cast a cantrip.
Sure.
Farron's gonna cast Ray of Frost.
Sure.
But rather than like, it's gonna be like, rather than kind of like a blue light, it's gonna be kind of like more like icy.
Mm-hmm.
Think like Farron's throwing ice daggers
Love it.
right into someone's eyeball. Like a guard is approaching and she's just like, and it just goes, and he just falls backwards.
X marks the spot.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Bitch, get out the way.
You got anything for us, Ront? Ront!
Just doing Ronty stuff and
doing Ronty stuff, going place to place,
kind of following the herd, but
right
in the darkness.
Absolutely. So I'll tell you what, you're following through. You're kind of doing like this scouty thing. I like to think that Ront is like trying to get out and is like, I hate it here. I need to go. I need to get out of here. And as you do so, just Ront, and just that's enough of a weird thing that a guard goes, huh? As one of the other people that's like absolutely massacring to get out of this, like them, you're providing enough distraction for things to happen.
Exactly.
Aaron, I would tell you what, I would give you your anime thing. You've got plenty of anime going on right now, so you got it. Just make it fast.
At one point, one of the guards catches Ront. Like, I notice him see Ront.
Yeah.
As he goes to get him, I drive my axe right into his chest. As another guard hits me and freezes for my armor.
Absolutely.
And I look, and in a deep voice, I say, Ront free. And I pull my axe out and keep going.
Ront free.
This will be this. Oh, trying to semblance some form of a.
What could go wrong?
I like this. A portcullis is your only obstacle to the outside, and before you can even search for it, it raises. Other prisoners that have been trying to get through, dozens of bodies through the actual path that you've made and the path before you, as guard and prisoner alike are on the ground. free from the chains that have figuratively and literally tied you down, you are outside. This is the first time any of you have been outside since coming here. For some of you, it's been years. For some of you, it's been like a couple of days. This is just weird, but it's fine. In your elation among all of the inmates celebrating as they exit, you all realize something that doesn't quite make sense. The clouds are moving to the north, but the wind is blowing to the east. None of this makes sense. There is some semblance of wire. It's starting to click bit by bit by bit. This is an island that isn't on a map. You don't get to see out the windows from the angles that you're at.
We're moving.
You're moving.
We're moving.
This entire island is moving.
It's on the back of a turtle.
Not only a turtle.
A dragon turtle.
Not only a dragon turtle.
A giant dragon turtle.
Is this where I get my chi?
So on.
Am I the only
roll
one that's
20.
like Gaia?
So on roll 20.
Nah, we're not kidding.
No.
This is the prison. Okay? This ping that I'm doing in the middle. Typically, a square is about 5 feet. For your perspective, a dragon turtle, because this is a seafaring campaign and you all know, fine, whatever. Dragon turtle is about 30 feet long, 20 feet wide, something along those lines.
Oh
Each
my
one of these
God.
squares is about 150
There
feet.
is
I don't see
a
squares.
On the roll 20 map, I
prison
need to move
on
you
a turtle?
there. Hi.
Is that what I'm understanding in my game right now? We are live on Twitch right now.
This
with
turtle,
some
and you see the prison
with
behind
some
you.
weird shit.
This turtle is not
Our prison's
large.
on a turtle.
This is how many
have a good night,
football
Taz. I hope you have an
fields
awesome night.
is this turtle? And you start remembering this large cloud, this large shape. That's a fin.
I actually
And from your slightly elevated area,
really
you
want
can
to
see
hear
to
this.
the right
So
and
I'm gonna
left.
jump off of
boats.
this, but it was so nice to see you
I
guys
will encourage you all
for
to
even
go
3
onto the
whole
same
seconds.
boat because we've got a little bit
Thank you
less
guys
time,
for stopping
a little
in.
bit of
We're
time
gonna
left,
finish out
and
this
I promise we're going to be able to get there
on Twitch.
As you're exiting, as I bring up, where did I put it? Sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is why Wilbur is not on a map or easy to find. It's actually moving. Go ahead.
Does Odie smell anything on the wind
Salt.
now that we're out and free?
Not
Just salt?
Just salt. You smell ocean.
Okay.
It's not overbearing, but you get little hints of other things, but it's actually smelling freedom. As you're exiting, I'll get there in just a second, but as you're exiting, you also notice 2 individuals at the top of the portcullis of the prison. One of them is a familiar and unwelcome sight, the vice warden of the prison. A greasy-looking dwarf that you're sure has a name, but one that hasn't been shared. This is either because the prisoners will fear him more if he is a scary figure, or because the DM is pretty sure he is not going to be relevant tonight or any other session from here on forward. The other is a stranger to all of you. Wearing a cloak that seems to shimmer and change colors in the light as you look at it, even this far away, as the vice warden is screaming, bellowing at his guards to try and chase you down. You can tell they are unamused, but calm. The DM is also telling you this person is probably important, even though you don't know their name right now, so just be aware.
Can Onyx do a thing?
Onyx can attempt to do a thing, for sure.
Onyx, with a booming thaumaturged boost voice, says, "Later, you fuckers," and starts heading towards the ship.
I'll allow it.
I fucking love. Oh my god.
I have 2 questions. One, if I wanted to Okay, I have navigator's tools. My thought is whichever boat we go on, I want to know which one's going to get us like to land faster, like which one is going to be like our safest bet the fuck out of here.
From where you're at, and this is me just trying to DM help. You're talking about 2 different boats that are hundreds upon hundreds of feet away, and ocean that you see outside of it.
Left is right.
I just left.
Go ahead.
Simply no idea.
It is.
Like, they're equidistant, but like essentially, I don't know where the nearest landmass.
All this is going to determine is literally what form of the actual plot that I give you is. Do not worry. Session 0. All good stuff. I promise. I'm not going to kill you with any decisions that you make today. Later though. We'll see.
Later, baby.
Later. So, which way do you want to go? You're looking at something that seems like a kind of lots of archipelagos over towards your right, and you are seeing something that looks like a slight waterfall with some... It does look like some actual buildings, some housing, things like that.
I'm gonna go towards the waterfall. Everyone, like left, right? Everyone's going left? Yeah, alright.
Okay, great.
We'll just all head left, I think.
Good. You all picked right? I don't have to give you...
Are we sure that going to town is a good idea? We just broke out of prison.
We're going away from the town towards the waterfalls. Left is the
You're
waterfall.
going left is the waterfall with some buildings and a small town.
To the left, to the left.
Archipelago might be the better bet.
The whole group is going in the box.
What's an archipelago?
It's
a series of islands.
Yeah, it's a series of islands.
No, that was in character.
Oh god.
A series of islands.
Damn it!
Yeah. What you got?
You got me.
I got you.
It seems as if the scary demon warlock boy is picking left. Am I right? Okay, so one of you's going left.
Onyx follows the warlock, so
I'm going scary demon boy.
Okay.
To the left, to the left.
Is anybody deciding to split off and go right, or are we all going left?
I'm gonna take Ront with me and go to the right.
You're gonna go right?
I'm gonna go right
left.
to the art. What?
Blood
Only
boy.
guy going right.
Get wrecked.
The DM is informing you that it's okay, and you should probably just go with everybody. I promise.
All right. I'll go with
Session 0, I swear.
He did say you should all go in the same boat together as big group as DM. So I'm
I promise.
to DM.
I'm gonna separate you in a cool way later, as best I possibly can.
How
Go ahead.
How attached should we get to this boat?
What boat? You're not on any of them.
The prison
The
boat?
one that we're heading towards?
Oh.
We'll figure that out soon. Did you have something, Alita?
Yeah, so I don't know what made me think of it. Do we have any type of weird, different smell that, let's say, city people would notice us from being in the prison or whatever?
Nothing along those lines. I mean, here's the thing. I'm willing to say that in the semblance of gathering all of the stuff from storage, you were able, like, yeah, you're wearing linens, but now you're wearing linens with armor on top of them, with different things to where it's not just like, oh no, these are all just inmates, that's bad. So, you're good as far as that's concerned.
Okay.
So, you choose. You run towards your ticket to real escape, bells ringing in the background signaling your egress, guards fire arrows at you as you flee, but you manage to stay unharmed. Some of the people running with you, not as lucky. Spellcasters, as you run, you feel your abilities returning. You feel your connection with the divine, with the arcane. Clearly, not only the cuffs, but everything a part of it was some kind of semblance of draining you of what makes you feel like yourself. You feel strong, you feel righteous, but most of all, you feel the desire to flee that helplessness that you once knew. And after running for what feels like miles, some of you, lungs burning, others totally fine and ready for the next stretch, you see a ship. Now, it sits, as I move us off of our big turtley boy. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. You see a large ship that is currently docked towards the bottom. Now, in between, you see several buildings, some of them with the emblem of your oppressors. Some people just commonly walking around. It looks like regular folk, families, friends, things along those lines. And they all are afraid of you. But a couple of them do have some kind of clothing with said emblem of the Ananesta security organization a part of them. Clearly this is kind of like the reserve for the people that are working as a part of this prison for people that are off shift, people that are bringing their families aboard, things along those lines. They are unarmed, and they are terrified as you approach, ringing in the distance. What do you do as you head towards the boat?
Onyx, for shits and giggles, uses thaumaturgy again, and with a booming voice says, "Hear me, you mortals!"
You absolutely scare the shit out of several people that start running away from you. Anybody else?
Ront is still a car alarm, but it's less frequent.
It's got more vibrato to it now. It's just Ront.
No, it's more just Ront.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's more lulls between each Ront.
Got it. I also forgot. I also forgot that you absolutely, like, of every character, you're the only one that doesn't get to do tone when you're doing your name. You have one. You have one Ront. Fair enough. Anybody else?
Ront.
Yeah.
Ront free. Ront.
Yeah, he has just more.
Yeah, he has two now. That's right.
Come on, blue boy, let's go. Ront.
As long as everybody's getting out of my way, I'm just beelining to the ship.
Okay, we're just running there as fast as we can. Everybody good with that, or is anybody wanting something to do?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where on the map are we starting?
You are starting towards the top in actual town, and you're basically going over bridges trying to get to this boat that you see that's actually currently docked and is large enough to carry you all.
Okay.
For semblance of making the
out of my way.
Absolutely, you can. You want to join in with the angry tiefling, being scary and loud? Go for it. I love that shit.
Onyx is mostly doing it for his own satisfaction of just scaring people as he's following the warlock.
Right. It's a malicious intent, but it's a good intent, and it's effective right now.
Odie would like to stop and ask for food.
Okay.
Farron walks up to him, and using my bad reputation, I stare down people who have food and aren't giving it to Odie, and they give it to him because I can get away with minor crimes such as stealing food.
Minor crimes.
It would be okay. Here's so I actually rolled because I don't have a D20 skill check for this. For peasant insight, but it rolled really, really well. So what I'm going to say is that works twice. And the third time that you do it, you don't have to do squat, because as Odie is approaching, there is just this somewhere between 6 and 10-year-old girl that comes up and says, "Oh, Poppy," and tries to feed the dog with a biscuit, because yes.
Goodest boy. Goodest them.
Look at this many-limbed goodest boy. Okay.
Odie is very cheerful and happy, and Farron is beaming death eyes behind him.
Yep.
That's a whole mood.
Yep. That is in fact a whole mood. So you make your way towards the boat without being accosted, because you didn't accost any of them, so thank you for not making me have to do any of that. It's large enough to hold you all, despite being a little cramped with so many. It seems like a pretty fantastic ship. For those of you that, do have some sailing background, this is fantastic. This is almost new, with the exception of this giant kind of curved scar in the mast. It's not going to affect it, but it does have kind of this almost I want you to think of it as the same kind of semblance of somebody having oh, by the way, my character has a cool scar right here. It's almost for character more than anything else. Some of the inmates that have come with you saying, "Oh yeah, absolutely this boat." Some of them know what they're doing. They're getting ready to rig some sails. They're people that are trying to hoist up anchor, and they're having a struggle with it. Is anybody have anything they want to do to try and get the boat ready to leave?
Can I get the name of the boat?
Absolutely, you can get the name of the boat. Magic, what's the name of the boat?
It's the SS Saloon.
Can you spell that for us?
Absolutely.
Put the carrot on the U.
It's the SS Saloon.
For Onyx, if Onyx notices that some of the other free prisoners seem to know what they're doing, does a persuasion to like get them to move faster and like be, more orderly about
You
it.
can absolutely intimidate these people to move faster by telling them they're going to die if they don't. Like, I've got no problem with that. Don't roll, you just did it. You're fantastic.
So I can climb up into the rigging and start helping get those sails down.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Maybe Onyx throws in some thaumaturgy booming voice in there too, of like, get your asses in gear, peasants."
Absolutely. Fantastic. What else we got?
Ron climbs into Crow's Nest.
Because
How appropriate.
that's where you go. That's damn it. Damn it, Burger Boy.
Yeah.
Shut up, you love me.
Happened.
Go on.
Did you have a plan?
Hold on. Time out. Doc, you were next.
Yeah. Heron will stand on the side where the boat's being attached to the pier, and I'm gonna blood chain to destroy the pier instead of trying to untie it. We could get the ropes on the ship en route.
Okay, so you're doing that to kind of speed up the process. Who's next?
Odie has. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
He has found the ship's wheel and decided this is what he needs to do with his extra limbs. He doesn't know how to steer, but by God, he's gonna try.
This is the worst best idea, and I could not be here for it more. If anybody decides that Odie can't steer, I'll understand. I will just also be very, very sad. But y'all,
Odie can be next to me.
there you go.
It's Crow's Nest. All you can see is his name.
So basically, so in my head now, I'm basically getting a semblance of of like when the kid is sitting on their dad's lap and pretending to steer the car. That's what I'm getting, except for like infinitely better, and I adore it.
I see guards coming down.
I'm sorry, really quick. I'm gonna are we detached from the dock?
You are
What
becoming
dock?
detached from the dock. Yeah, what dock? The one that you're getting away from, because you were attached. People were unfurling ropes as you were getting there, and then somebody said, "You know what? F this."
Yeah, the dock that Doc may have destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some guys around to like fire the cannons on the dock.
Okay, so you're gonna go down into and find out if there are cannons on the ship, which actually works out great. Okay, and then what were you gonna do?
Get some guys around to fire them.
Okay, fantastic. So you're preparing to fire if need be.
I'm going to get them to fire as soon as possible.
Onto the town?
Yeah.
Okay. What you got, Farron?
So we're detached from the dock now. The dock has been destroyed. The sails have been unfurled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Tempestuous Magic.
As you
I
are.
can create a wind blast.
Yep.
And just blow it into the sails and put the pedal to the goddamn metal.
Absolutely.
Let's blow this popsicle stand.
There was an what else?
Oh yeah, no. The second Onyx feels the wind starting to stir, does another booming voice, and I'm like, "Sail ahoy, fuckers! Let's go!"
All right. The sails lower and you go ahead.
I want to look back because that one guy, now that I've got him in my memory, was a little too calm.
Hey, don't worry about that, Boo. Don't worry about that, baby bird. I'm gonna feed you in just a second here. The sails lower and you start moving. The cheers, Mom. Damn it! I can't use that phrase anymore. The sails lower and you start moving. The cheers from your boat echo like cannons firing, followed by actual cannons firing. You check the ledger. It's the SS Saloon. That's an odd symbol. Whatever, it's fine. It's your ship. You're out of here. You grab for your ears through all of the excitement, through all of the noise, as all of the joy ceases.
Yeah?
No.
I'm sorry, the joy?
Loud whistling winds begin to swirl around you.
No.
And the boat still moves, but it moves slower. And you do in fact see the same figure that Doc was wondering about before, floating about 70 feet in the air behind you. Now, before, where the one shimmering colors resonating differently, now instead there's a cold darkness. It's not just that it's a dark light, it's literally the absence of light. The wind around you swirls, first whistling, then howling so loud that you can't hear anything else. Your ship is pulling away, but not before they gather their own semblance of energy. And this negative light approaches you slowly. You try to steer out of the way, but unfortunately, with the winds being what they are, it's impossible to manage to evade. And this slow-moving mass encompasses you all. It is insanely dark, and then instantly the light illuminates you with blinding ferocity. You were so close, you were almost free, and at least for a moment you were able to see the sun again. And as you wait for death, it doesn't come. You're closing your eyes, waiting for some semblance of this sadness to break. And instead, it's quiet. It's nothing. Until you hear the water around you. And you hear seagulls overhead. Branch, Heron, Lorden, Odie, Farron, Draxor. You see the island behind you in the distance. The gigantic creature that you escaped, even more visible as you pull away. Seagulls make noise ahead of you as you follow them, literally chasing the horizon. You can only hear them because you're the only people on the boat. Everyone else must have been destroyed. They must have gotten something, but you're fine. But you know what? There's no time to think about it. You have to get away. Onyx, Ront, Alita, Amunet. You also awaken to the sounds of seagulls in the sky. Water chops at the boat underneath you as you gain your bearings. You look in all directions and you don't find anything. It's just water. There's no island, no turtle, no scary figure, and no one else on the ship with you. Nothing but a seamlessly endless ocean under a slightly worn down ship with some faded rough wood and a giant curved scar in the mast.
Same ship?
You would assume so.
The clouds?
That's what we're gonna end it today.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Did you guys see my last contribution in Roll20? Because I was gonna explode. It took everything in me to hold up. Not interrupt you.
I was waiting for the interruption and I was fine with
like
it.
you were on the wrong side of the river.
I love that movie. I really do.
We're a little backwards. We'll put you down there.
In there, and they go, "Hey, Benny, it looks like you don't." Or no, he goes, "I have all the horses." That's right.
Everybody said, you know what, Ron? I need to hear that now.
So
I mean, at least there's food on the boat.
Okay. Yeah, there's food. Go ahead, Onyx.
To clarify, does this mean Onyx no longer sees the warlock?
Currently, yes.
Onyx is slightly disappointed.
So,
Agreed.
Oh, I'm stuck with the warlock.
because I'm on the coast that I'm on, your birthday's in like 3 minutes, so I'm obligated to sing you happy birthday in 3 minutes.
It'll get taken down.
I feel like all the East Coast.
I will put my artistic spin on it. I'll be all happy birthday.
Ooh, I like that.
So, if everybody has not already, please follow our DM here. I'll put a link. I'll give you a link for it.
So happy birthday is no longer copyrighted. It is in the public domain.
I know. It's just I couldn't skip the joke. If I
got you, Magic. I got you.
I want to like
Very
last
nice.
flavor thing for Onyx is that takes a deep sigh, goes to the edge of the ship, pulls out a cig and lights it with the shocking grass and says, "At least I'm out of that fuck place now."
Actually, you know what? This is something that we can totally do here because as you do that, and this will be my last gift to you, and then the actual session will close. As you pull out the smoke stick, the cig, and you light it, one of your arms is a lot lighter than you're used to. And as you look, one of the bracers that was on you is no longer.
Oh.
It was
You see
all
it
a
on the-
dream.
You see it on one of the bracers. You see it on the ship. Opened up. Latch finally unclasped.
One step closer.
Sorry.
Yeah, where's the end theme music?
I've only got so much. No.
We just play Wellerman. We just play
on.
the non-copyright
Hold on.
Wellerman.
I like to hear it. Smooth sailing.
May the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
If you all want to just do a sea
We'll
shanty,
take our leave and go.
cool. Just sit here.
Burger Magic, Aiden and I all need to get together and have a sea shanty thing going on.
You guys
Like record it or something.
There's a guy who takes good songs from today, pop songs, and turns them into sheets.
Yes!
He's amazing. He's amazing. I love
Your
it.
favorite? You were saying?
Wow.
Hold on.
Your favorite is? You were saying?
Oh wait,
Favorite
me?
sea
No.
shanty?
Yes.
The pop, the ooh.
I found it.
I like it.
God, I've got.
Is this Enya?
No, this. There is nothing I'm gonna play that has any lyrics or anybody's name to it. I'm gonna have a problem. I ain't gonna
Unless
try and
you
get
set it up different, we can talk about it later.
I have decided that it is the left bracer that is off, and
Sounds
so
great.
I still have the neck right and ankles.
Yep. I will make a note of that.
I'm just
Left.
on the crow's nest as a raven. Kenku.
So I have a question. As he's a bird and I'm a cat, is there going to be a problem?
I don't know. Is the dog gonna be a problem as well?
Too fucking scared.
We're just sitting there licking our lips in the corner.
Yeah, the dog.
But the dog is like the dog. Like
dog,
he makes
a
me
cat,
think
a bird.
of Odie from Garfield.
Right. So there is that, which helps a lot. I am not going to tell you that you have a biological impulse to be at odds with any other character because of anything. However, I'm also going to tell you that it is a player choice to do literally what the fuck you wanna do. So I have to thank all of you, by the way, because nothing made me happier than like, okay, great, we're gonna do this session, and there's gonna be like 11 players in 2 different campaigns. I'm gonna split it off, and as people are giving me their characters, I'm like, and I'm not going to reveal our other player, Simple Plush Toy, who will be joining us in the near future on the Sunday games. But nothing made me more excited than, okay, I got 2 tieflings, I got 2 tabaxi, I got a bird man, I got a dog man, I got a dragon man, I got a goblin man.
Yeah, that's a TikTok waiting to happen.
This is great. And I got to have like, I just want people to be happy. And it's just, like, all right, cool. We ain't doing any of this min-max. I'm gonna be a human variant so I can get that. No, and I love that stuff. I love it when it makes sense. But nothing makes me happier than it's like this dysfunction. Like I said, I might change a couple of things around because this is a dysfunctional zoo of like D&D races. And
I definitely want to put up just like that asterisk behind the tiefling bit and leave it at that.
I know, but there's 2 of them currently.
Oh, did you do what I think you did?
Did you think I did what I think I did? What?
I will talk to you about that on Friday.
Nah.
Let's save it as
Womp
things
womp.
save it as things go.
We can have an after party after he closes us out.
Well, actually, I'm not going to close this out. Magic.
What?
Close us out.
Oh, I guess I gotta close us out with a happy birthday song. Bon anniversaire. Bon anniversaire.
Bon anniversaire à toi.
Yeah,
Bon
yeah.
anniversaire. I took French.
I did take French.
Moi
aussi.
I knew that one. Yes.
Cumpleaños.
I knew one of them. I didn't know what it was. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks everybody. who
Yes,
watched.
happy
Thanks for everybody
happiest of
playing.
birthdays.
Yeah. And thanks for everybody for the birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, so
Tune in for session ones. What are our dates again?
So
next.
we're gonna do the so session 1 for Tuesday is next Tuesday. So this time next week. Session 1 for Sundays is not going to be this Sunday, but the following Sunday. And I promise there's a reason, and I will. So I'm not trying to be like, no, wait forever. But there's a reason, and I will be happy to establish that out of the stream in just a second here.
Yeah, cool.
As long as I get like an or a notification the day before of like, hey, game, I'm good.
Yeah.
100%. And
the 11 people that are watching, it might be the 11 of us.
Could be.
Either
Either way, this is a video, and people can watch it later, and they should
Hey.
watch it like
Whoa,
magic.
whoa, whoa.
And everybody.
Enjoy.